Have you ever wondered where your soda cans and plastic water bottles go after they are thrown away? According to articles.miraculous.com, the average American throws away more than 7 pounds of garbage a day. That's 102 tons in a lifetime, more than any other populations on Earth. Today, I will tell you why you should recycle. I will tell you the benefits of recycling on the environment, on money, and how you could recycle in your own life. My family has been recycling for a very long time, and I have become aware of why we should recycle from school and further research I have done. Recycling involves taking an already used product and using it to reuse similar or the same products again. In regular production, natural resources are directly used in the manufacture of raw materials. For example, fresh pulp from trees is used to create the paper we use. Recycled paper can be used in producing new paper. Metal, glass, and plastics can be recycled in the same way by making new bottles and cans. By conserving the declining supply of natural resources, we are preserving them for continued use in the future. Recycling reduces the need for raw materials so that rainforests can be preserved. Overall, the process is used to make consumer goods from recycled material instead of raw resources is much more energy and water efficient. For example, according to ecocycle.org, recycled paper uses 60 to 70% less energy than using natural resources, such as pulp from trees to create paper, and 55% less water. Also, making recycled products reduces greenhouse gases and the need to build landfills. Mining, logging, and drilling in fragile natural habitats to produce goods that will only be used once and then thrown away is extremely wasteful. For instance, according to ecocycle.org, for every garbage can placed on the curb, there are 71 cans of waste created in the extractive and industrial processes used to convert raw materials into finished products and packaging. In other words, making paper from paper, cans from cans, and plastic from plastic is indefinitely kinder to the earth than cutting a forest, mining, or drilling for oil. Harmful chemicals and greenhouse gases are released from rubbish and landfill sites. Recycling helps to reduce the pollution caused by waste. I will tell you how recycling saves money. Keeping waste out of landfills also makes economic and environmental sense. According to ecocycle.org, 1 in 5 Environmental Protection Agency Superfund cleanup sites is a landfill. These landfills that are contaminated with tons of toxic material that cost taxpayers millions of dollars to clean up and monitor. These landfills are in danger of eventually leaking toxic fumes. According to earthfriends.org, landfill sites are taxed and there are fines for exceeding limits of disposal at one time in many regions. These costs are passed on to taxpayers. For example, to pay for these landfills, tax could be increased in city council taxes. Recycling minimizes these additional landfill costs to a great extent. Recycling to avoid landfill disposal helps avoid environmental and public health threats in the future from toxic fumes. Costs to recycle can include the purchase or leasing of recycling containers and the cost of transporting recyclable materials to an off-site processing facility. These are the same costs one would expect when contracting for trash disposal service. According to recyclingguide.org, making products from raw materials costs much more than if they are made from recycled products. Companies could also benefit from recycling. As the volume of trash generated decreases, a company's cost of disposing of the trash will also decrease. The more employees recycle and reduce the amount of waste they create, the more the trash disposal cost will decrease. Placing recycling and waste reduction techniques into the daily operating procedures in a business will ensure that employees are saving the company money. A business recycling and waste reduction program can be effective if it is carefully carried out by the company. Some may think that this sounds like a complicated program to set up in a company. However, many resources exist to help with the development of an efficient program. Finally, I will tell you how you can recycle in your own life. Creating a compost bin is a great way to reuse your uneaten food. Composting is setting aside food waste such as fruit peels that does not contain oils or meat and then putting it into a compost pile. This will produce great nutrients that can be placed back into the earth, such as in a garden. Most of these products and their packaging are wasted and dumped into bins, which end up in landfill sites. According to earthsfriends.org, all a person needs to start a compost is worms, dirt, and food scraps. Another way you can recycle in your own life is by setting up recycling bins to put your empty cans, bottles, and newspaper in. When your recycling bins are full, you can take your recycling bins to a recycling center where other bottles, cans, and paper are taken and put with other recycled materials. These items are eventually transferred to a place that uses these recycled materials for new products. This is one of the recycling bins my family uses. We put bottles, cans, and are eventually taken to a local recycling center. In conclusion, I believe everybody should recycle. I have just told you how recycling benefits the environment, money, and how you can recycle in your own life. I hope you found this speech informative and that it inspired you to recycle in your own life.